Like, why you ain't tell me it's this crazy?
I got diamonds doing just these slides and both ears. Ice falling on the Las Vegas strip tonight. Slip that on and we might justify. Fuck a night.
How are you? My name is T. Thanks for coming back to my channel. I'm here today because I wanted to just go over some things that I wish somebody would have told me before I started doing my schooling for dental hygiene. Not that I regret becoming a dental hygienist. I do have my doubts about it sometimes, and I've let you guys know that before. So, you know, you can look at my other videos and my Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, because you should be already subscribed and following me there, because you're loyal and you love what I put out. You love the content that I make, and we're friends and we're cool. We right here like that, you know. But yeah, in today's video I'm just gonna go over some things that I wish somebody would have told me before I started dental hygiene. And I'm just being honest, this is my perspective. This may not happen for you. This is not to discourage anyone from being in the dental field or in healthcare in general. This is just how I feel about it. This is what I feel like I should have felt, but at the same time I had to experience it to even be able to say these things. So follow your dreams, follow your heart. You can do this, you got this. But this is my opinion, okay? First things that I wish someone would have told me as a dental hygienist after I was done with school is that I was going to have to go to do my licensing. I had this impression for some reason, because I didn't really have that much people in my life that were dental, is that I was just going to start working. I had no recollection, unfortunately. I was so naive that they needed a license. And I was expecting that license to be just something, you know, you fill out a form and you good, you know. I ended up needing two boards exams, and I had no idea about those boards exams until I started applying to dental hygiene schools. And then I was like, oh, kind of discouraged. But I instantly got out that mindset once I realized that that means that this is a really serious career. Like, this is an adult career. This is a real adult job. This is a real adult job. Like, what do you mean? So I just wish I would have known that. So I know I have videos on my YouTube and my TikTok about boards exams. Go follow those videos, go watch those videos if you haven't already. But yes, in order to become a dental hygienist, you have to complete your prerequisites, which can be about a year of school, two, depending on how you do it. It's about 12 to 14 classes, maybe less than that, maybe 8, depends. And then you have to go and be in a clinical rotation for a certain amount of hours, which can lead to about 1.5 to 2 years of dental hygiene school, the actual clinic part, right? After you do that, then you have to do a boards exam for the nationals, and then you have to do a boards exam on a computer and where you're sitting, where you're actually performing on a patient. I had no idea about that. It was very nerve-wracking to do all those things. So if you want to see a video about my boards exam experience, please comment down below and tell me that, or send me a DM on Instagram or email. But I really wish somebody would have told me that we had a licensing exam that was almost $1,000 before I started this career, you know, and that you can't practice in any other state except for the state you have a license for. And you have to get multiple licenses to move around and live anywhere, you know. And that license process is by discretion of the state. It's not like you just automatically get it because you applied. Another thing that I feel like should have been told is that there is a standard of care that is given, but not every clinician, meaning anyone that practices the clinical dental hygiene, assisting, dentistry, dentist, there's not really a set thing. Like, they're supposed to do the standard of care. They're supposed to have a set of rules that they follow, but it's really not like that when you get out here. People are doing whatever and anything they want to do, and unfortunately some of it is a very illegal and malpractice-y. And you have to kind of avoid that and report those people to the state board of dentistry in your state if you see anything like that. And I mean, my hygiene professors in school, once I finally got in school, in a dental hygiene school, kind of gave reference to that kind of thing. and they told their scary stories. I actually came out really scared to do hygiene, honestly. I was afraid already with my own emotions and my own anxiety. But once I got out of school, I was just like, why you ain't tell me it's this crazy? You know, like, it's this crazy, you know. Another thing that I wanted, that hygienists and dental assistants don't really know, dentists too, is that there's not much really a standard of pay, really. And it's very competitive pay. Like, I can be working with a hygienist who's making more than me, and then I can work with a hygienist who's working less than me, and the same thing with as an assistant. Dentist is a little different because it's based on their production. It's based on how much money that they're making themselves by how many crowns, fillings, root canals, or how many procedures they're doing for patients on top of their base hourly pay or salary or whatever. So dentist is a little different. But as a hygienist or an assistant, you can be making less or more than someone who's working right next to you, like any other field. The fact that this is my first big girl adult job, I kind of didn't really understand that. I worked in like retail, and I worked at Macy's in the cosmetic section. I worked at Starbucks, you know, as a barista, and I used to do bottle girl, bartending, you know, stuff like that. So I didn't really work like a real job until I got here, really. Like, I worked in the dental office too, but it was very brief. So and I didn't have experience. So it was like, why y'all didn't tell me that they could just make up whatever price and I have to fight for the price that I feel like I deserve, you know? So that's just a tip. If you get out here and you feel like you're worth more, keep fighting for more. Don't settle. Don't do anything that you feel you're uncomfortable with. Listen to your intuition. If your intuition is telling you to get the fuck out of there, like, get the ASAP, get out. Do not stay there. Look for a new job. Like, always strive for more. If you want to get your bachelor's, you want to get your master's, and whatever else you want to practice more than just hygiene, go for it. Like, you know. So that's something I wish they would have told us too. And then the last thing that I feel like I should have known before I went into this field is that in other states, I'm coming from New York, where it's not much corporate stuff, like not much corporate dentistry up there. I didn't know outside of the states that there was going to be like that many different ways to perform dentistry. I was very focused on private, like a private office, like a dentist who is a business owner and opened his own office. I had no idea really what a DSO really was. I had no idea really what a DSO was. A DSO is a, don't quote me, I'm gonna put what it is on the screen. I think a dental service organization, something like that. But basically a corporate office, basically, or an office that started off with one office and then went on to create several others, and now they're like a corporation entity. Even if they only have 10, it's kind of a corporation. I wasn't really too aware of that because I was coming from, even as a child, only going to one dentist my whole life until I got older and started going to dentists on my own. So when I started seeing that offices were run by like corporations, I was like, this is so weird. And I didn't really start seeing it until I moved to Florida. So I just want you to keep that in mind. That's something that I wish someone would have told me, is that we're gonna have I know you could practice anywhere in the world, and I knew that, but it didn't click in my mind to me that there are really offices that aren't associated with one dentist. You're gonna be working with so many different specialties and different kinds of people, and just like everywhere, you know. And that dentistry somewhat is commercialized. I had no idea that dentistry had like a business mindset to it at all. I was just going into it thinking I'm just gonna help people and I'm just gonna go home. Like, I'm gonna help people, I'm gonna be the best hygienist that I can be, and that's it, you know. That I wish someone would have let me know before I became a hygienist was that it's a lot of work on your body, on your back, on your mind, on your spirit, having to deal with different people every single day. I had no idea if I did know exactly how this was gonna go for me, and I wasn't just looking at trying to help and inspire people and be in healthcare and have a stable job and make good money, then I would have went to tech. I would have been a tech girly. If I would have known what I know now, I would have been a tech girly, just because I'm at the point now where I'm drained emotionally by talking to people every single day. Like, there's days when I wake up and I go to work and I'm like, I really don't feel like doing this right now. And it's not that I don't want to clean teeth. It's not that I don't want to help people. It's not that I hate my job. I do not hate dental hygiene. I do not hate my job. And I don't dislike it. It's just sometimes I do not want to interact with people on this level. Like, I wish I was just behind a computer just typing, minding my business, and I don't have to really talk to nobody. Like, yeah, I can do an email here and there and just like a group chat thing, but to physically have to talk to someone and be all in their space, it's like, it's so crazy. Like, it's driving me crazy. Like, you have to imagine yourself being in someone's mouth, being in someone's space. Like, I'm in someone's physical space. Like, I don't know why I didn't connect that. Like, all I was seeing was like how cool this was, like feeling inspired to help people. Like, I was just so into science and just like, I want to be important. I want to be important. Like, I just felt like I just want to be so important. I felt like dental hygienist was just like a bad bitch job. Like, I just was like, I just want to do this. Like, you know, I was like, what can I do that's gonna make me money that I can do for like 5 to 10 years and then move on and be like a stay-at-home girlfriend of like a football player. You know, like, what could I do and still be like a boss bitch? You know, like, what could I do? Never mind, we get off topic. I really feel like someone should have told us that, like, that there is job security, but at the same time you have to be mindful of your body. You have to be mindful of your spirit, your emotional state. You have to be able to know that you need to save your own money. It's not like how you work for a hospital, you just like find a job and everything's just like okay. You have to hit the pavement. You have to know somebody that knows somebody that's looking for a hygienist. Not that jobs aren't in demand, you can find a job, but the good one, the really, really, really good jobs, you have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that opened the door for you. And this is not to discourage anyone. This is just me being real with you. Like, I worked my butt off. I worked my butt off to get where I am right now. And I worked my behind off to be able to be as confident as I am now and not take nothing from nobody. Like, one thing I wish people would have told me too, and this is my last thing, is that you have to be so confident and take so much initiative and be such a good leader that you work independently on your schedule and you don't have to worry about nothing. Like, you have to have a flow, you have to be organized. And I feel like all of those qualities I had, but if no one had told me that, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, I would have probably not known what to do. Like, when something is going on in the office and you have no control over it or you don't know what to do, you have to think fast on your feet. You have to be able to take initiative. You have to be able to say, okay, no one else is responsible for me. I have to be responsible for myself, my license, and this patient and their health. Like, that's really what you have to be focused on all day. And you have to be able to have the ability to multitask. You have to be organized. You have to take initiative, because like, let's say you have office you're at and they only have 10 instrument packs. So you only have 10 instrument packs that are clean right now, that are sterilized, and you have 20 patients today. You have to remember by that 6th or 7th or 8th patient to make sure that those instruments are sterilized, or you're going to run out of instruments. Like, you're going to run out of clean instruments, you know? And it's not like you can go to the dentist and be like, oh, can I use your instruments real quick? Or you can dip into the dentist's clean instrument drawers and go get his instruments. The dentist instruments is totally separate from the hygiene instruments. The hygienists use something totally different from the dentist. They do not do the same thing. And it's just a lot that you need to know, that you'll learn some of it in school, but I wish I would have really had it like click in my mind. And even after you watch this video, some of this may not click for you until you're literally sitting in the chair. You're going to be like, T told me that. and I forgot all about that. But this is the moment she was talking about right here. This is exactly what she was talking about. Yeah, this is exactly what she was saying. You know, I hope this video helped you, or if it gave you some insight, or it inspired you, or it made you kind of like think about the direction you want to go in if you're planning on being a dental professional. I hope that these videos are informative and they inspire you and that they help you in some kind of way. If you like these kinds of videos and this kind of content, please give this video a thumbs up. Please give it a like. That lets YouTube know that I need this video to keep pushing out. And thank you so much. I had to record on my phone for the last of this, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.